Today in baseball history.
Hi. Welcome to the very first episode of This Day in Baseball History. I don't know how long this is going to last. I don't know if I'll do the entire year. I might just do a week. I don't know. But this is the very first one, and I found it very appropriate to have the first episode on April the 15th, because today, around baseball everywhere, is known as Jackie Robinson Day. And I think we all know the story about Jackie Robinson. Was the first African American player to play in the major leagues. He broke the color barrier. He not only made a difference in the sport, but because of his actions and what he stood for, made a difference in the world. Really. So, in honor of Jackie Robinson and Jackie Robinson Day, I decided that I should wear my actual jersey that I got. Is number 42, or maybe a backwards 42. I don't know if that mirror effect's going to work. Anyway, this was a one of the first jerseys that I bought, Brooklyn Dodgers number 42, because even before there was a Jackie Robinson Day, um, I was a huge fan of Jackie Robinson and all that he did. So on April the 15th in 1947, that's the day that Jackie Robinson actually was penciled into the lineup for a Major League Baseball team. The first black man to play baseball. At that point, it was over 70 years, or sorry, over 60 years. This other player, back in 1884, his name was Moses Fleetwood Walker, and he played for the Toledo team, um, in what was a major league. In the beginnings of Major League Baseball, there were different leagues that would um, get together and sort of try to win championships and more money for their players and for their towns and for the obviously the owners. Um, so it was really disjointed kind of league. Like there were teams coming in and out all the time. There was a different league being born to rival the National League, which really started in 1876. Um, so in 1884, there was a league called the American Association, who employed um, our employed Moses Fleetwood Walker. He played for about 40 games in that year, 1884, and because of all the backlash that happened, like way back then, even there was bigotry all over the damn place. Because of the backlash, he quit baseball, went into other endeavors, and the owners at the time colluded to say that we don't want black people in our game. It's just a white man's game. So stupid. Now, I think many of you know that there was also what was called the Negro Leagues, that pretty much operated from the early 1920s to the 1950s ish, around that time. And that was obviously composed of black players who weren't allowed to play Major League Baseball. And there's tons of phenomenal players that could have played Major League Baseball. Josh Gibson, who, if the records are right, had over 800 home runs in his career, which was far surpassed Babe Ruth at the time and even Hank Aaron at 755. So he could have been called up. Oscar Charleston was a phenomenal player, five-tool player, as they say, and was probably one of the best infielders to ever play the game. Satchel Paige was around. Satchel Paige could have come up first, and we all know the stories and the lore of Satchel Paige. So there were guys that could have been there before Jackie Robinson. So in 1946, Branch Rickey signs Jackie Robinson to a minor league deal, and just so happens that the Brooklyn Dodgers minor league club at the time was from Montreal. So Jackie Robinson played in Canada for a year. He played with the Montreal Royals. He did everything that everybody expected him to do. He hit for average. He ran. He was a great fielder. He was just one of the best ball players around. So it was an easy decision, easy-ish, to call up Jackie Robinson on this day, April 15th, 1947. He was 28 years old at the time, which is oldish for a rookie. Most guys were playing when they were in their early 20s, even their late teens at that time. It was an auspicious start for Jackie. He went 0 for 3 at the plate. He played first base, which wasn't his normal position. He would go on to be a fantastic second baseman. But he played okay in the field apparently. So it wasn't like a huge. You think he's going to come up on the first at bat and smack it into the stratosphere, but it wasn't like that. But it was figuratively exactly like that. Like I couldn't imagine. I've read books on Jackie. I've seen movies about Jackie and documentaries, and I have no idea how he survived that time, being hated, just hated, for being black. By the end of the year, by the end of 1947, Jackie Robinson would go on to win an award that was basically created for him. We know it as the Rookie of the Year Award, which is awarded to both leagues, a National League and an American League. At the time, it was only for the National League, and he was voted as the best rookie in baseball. And I mean, how can you not give him this award? But before 1947, there was never an award that was actually given, so it was basically created for Jackie Robinson. Zun, zun, zun. Ooh, look how pretty that is. Oh, yeah. Wait, I got another one ready. Whoa. Look at that, baby. Oh, it's gorgeous. It might not be in focus, but it's gorgeous. Take my word for it. So now we move ahead in time. On the 50th anniversary of this date, April 15th, 1947. So on April 15th, 1997, for those who can't add fast, Jackie Robinson, on the 50th anniversary of this date, was celebrated at the beginning of a game between the New York Mets and the Los Angeles Dodgers. So Brooklyn has now moved to Los Angeles, but Los Angeles still feels like Brooklyn is their team. So the president at the time, Bill Clinton, and Jackie Robinson's widow, because Jackie has sadly passed by then, they make speeches and thank yous, and it's about a 35-40 minute whole shindig. And then the commissioner at the time, Bud Selig, got up in front of the fans and said, "We are going to retire the number 42 forever." And that's exactly what has happened. Every single ball team now, you cannot get number 42. I think Mariano Rivera was the last person to wear number 42, and that's because he had it before 1947. So they let him wear it for the rest of his career. But yeah, so from 1997 on, you can't wear number 42 on a ball field. And that's all because of a tribute to Jackie Robinson. We now move ahead to 2009. On this day in 2009, it is announced, and it is done from that moment for every April 15th on, that when players play in a regular Major League Baseball game, this isn't like an exhibition game, it's a regular game, they will all wear number 42. Every single position player will wear number 42, again, as a sign of respect and a tribute to Jackie Robinson. It's a good thing. I mean, it's only a good thing.